Hi. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the mental emotional system and how you personally are pulling things into your life that doesn't serve you and how to heal using your beliefs, your mental thoughts, and your emotional heart, okay? So this is basic energy work. If you are familiar with energy work, this might be old news to you. But if you're brand new and you're an energy baby, like I like to call it, then this is going to be transformational for you. It's going to be life-changing. So let's start with the beginning. Our energy field is a magnet. It acts like a magnet. And the universe is its pool of frequencies. It has its pool of frequencies. The universe is available for high frequencies and low frequencies. When you walk outside of your house, you never know what you're going to run into, right? You could run into somebody who's having the best day of their life. You could run into somebody who, just figured out that, I don't know, their child died. Something horrible. Why did my brain go there? Anyway. Either way, you're constantly, you're living in a pool of frequency. And your brain is a powerful magnet to those frequencies. It has the ability to go out and attract and pull in what is matching in frequency, okay? So what is a frequency? Let's back up a little bit. If you're confused, if you're like, whoa, what is she talking about? She's talking about something like, she sounds like a doctor right now. Let's understand this. Frequency is the vibration at which something has a wavelength. Oh my goodness, I hope I don't sound like a scientist. Let's do this, okay? If I sing really high, that is a high frequency, and the wavelength is going to be different, okay? If I sing really low, ooh, that is going to have a different frequency and a different wavelength, okay? It's probably going to look more like this, where a high vibration is going to look like this, a low vibration is going to look like this. So when I talk about frequency and high and low vibration, I am not talking about dark or light vibrations. Everybody in the energy healing community gets this mixed up. It drives me crazy. Don't do this, okay? There's dark and light vibrations and high and low vibrations. We're not talking about dark and light. We're talking about high and low vibration, okay? So everything has a frequency, a wavelength, the frequentness of a wavelength. So a high frequency looks like this, and a low frequency looks like this, because here you go. High frequency, low frequency, because it's how frequent this energy vibes up and vibes down. This one's very frequent. This one's very low. Okay? Got it? Hopefully you're following. Our energy has its own frequency. Okay? I might have a very high frequency right now. I might just be like up here, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay? And I might be down here, doop, doop, doop. Anyway, I have a frequency, and my energy is a magnet to all frequencies. This does include light and dark frequencies, okay? A light frequency and a dark frequency look different. It has a different wavelength, okay? So when we have high frequency, we are experiencing a higher wavelength, and sometimes, likewise, we are also experiencing light frequency. If we have a low frequency, we have a low wavelength, and sometimes this means that we are also experiencing a low or a dark, wavelength, okay? Following? Catching my drift? Okay, so our thoughts each have its own wavelength or frequency. Because our thoughts have its own frequency, we are able to attract, it is a magnet, and it attracts things that have the same frequency. We are attracted to people who are like-minded like us, right? It's very hard to be in a room with somebody who doesn't have the same belief systems that you do. If you believe strongly that drugs are not appropriate for family situations, like you can do that in your own room, but you have a family event going on and somebody shows up and they're high as a kite, you're like, excuse me. And it's hard to be in the same room with them because your energy repels it. It's not the same frequency. You guys don't vibe. Get it? You don't vibe? That's where that saying came from. It's like, oh, we just really vibe together. We're really good together, okay? That's because you have the same frequency, the same resonance, the same vibration, etc. Whatever you want to call it. There's so many words for this. All right. My point is, our thoughts all have a frequency. Our emotions have an even stronger frequency. But our thoughts are what create our emotions and give it power. So if I am thinking, if my frequency of my thought is, ooh, I'm going to be poor. If I buy that, I'm going to be poor. Then all of a sudden my frequency looks like a certain, it has a wavelength. This little squiggle, okay? That has a wavelength. Now, if I back it up and give it power, with a feeling, I'm going to be poor as the thought, but if I feel I'm going to be poor and that makes me feel desperate, I have now given this frequency a lot of power. If our brain/energy is a magnet, it is going to pull more circumstances and more situations that make me feel desperate and poor because it's a magnet. The universe doesn't hear what you don't want. That's not how the universe works. The universe is not an intelligent being that can, in my head, the universe and God are very different. So in my head, the universe is everything that is around us. It's the aura of the universe. And the universe is not incredibly intelligent. It's extremely obedient, and it does exactly what you tell it to do. So if you are thinking poor poverty thoughts and you are pairing it with desperation and panic, you are attracting the same frequency. Your energy is going to send out a signal, and the universe is going to pick up on that signal, and you're going to attract that signal, and you're going to pull it into you. Okay, so you're going to attract a bill in the mail. You're going to attract the IRS coming after you. You're going to attract your friend who you owed money to 5 years ago showing up and saying, I need money, I need money. And it's because your panicking thoughts and feelings, your thought of I'm poor and your feeling of I am desperate and panicked is going to create your reality. So how do you fix this? Let's say you're now awake and you're like, holy crap, I have frequency. I didn't know I was a huge magnet. The first thing you can do, change your thoughts, change your life, okay? It starts as a thought. Everything starts as a thought. Then we fuel that thought with emotional power. So that doesn't mean that everything that comes across your path, if you think about it, you're going to attract it. No, because you have to give it enough stamina. You have to give it a consistency. So if I'm constantly thinking I'm poor, then I'm going to create poorness. It's not just like, oh, one moment in a blip of time, I decided that I was poor and I had panic and now I'm a poor man on the street. That's not what's happening. There has to be a level of consistency because our energy is rather resilient. So if we are thinking poor thoughts, then we are pulling in poor situations. If we are thinking positive thoughts, we are pulling in positive situations. So the first thing you do is you change your thoughts. Your thoughts will fuel your emotions. So if you can first catch it when it's a thought, it doesn't turn into an emotion. And then it doesn't go into your energy system, and then it doesn't pull situations into your field, okay? So catch it when it's a thought. If you change your thoughts, you will change your world. If that is a quote, and it's plastered on everything energy healing, and it's because it's so true. You need to change your thoughts. Change your thoughts, change your thoughts, change your thoughts. If you think on a day-to-day basis, I'm so fat, 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 then that's all your body is hearing. And that's all you are feeling, and that's all you are going to experience. But if you change your thoughts and you say, I am an abundant being and money is abundant and it's an endless pool and I can always tap into the waters of abundance, I am powerful. I am empowered. And you start saying that every day. Or if you start saying, I am thin and healthy and my perfect weight. I am exactly where I want to be. I have the stamina and the ability to create a healthy, hot body. That creates, and that has a different feeling, doesn't it? It has a different frequency. For those feelers out there, as I'm saying, I'm poor, I'm poor, I'm poor, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat. Don't you feel that? Don't you feel what that feels like? That's the frequency. The energy of the universe feels that. But if I say, I'm abundant, I am a cash cow, I am I am rich beyond all measure, I am full of life, that feels different. You have to be so careful what you think. Your thoughts become your reality. If you are not sure, then you need to really dive deep and understand if you're not sure why your situations are the way that they are, if you're not sure why life has turned out the way that it's turned out, check your thoughts, check your feelings, and go get them changed. Go change them. This is when energy healing comes into play. I tried my whole life to change my thoughts. I keep changing them. I keep saying everything's going to be okay. I've ranted to my friends. I talked to my husband. I've told myself it's okay. I've prayed on my knees, but I can't get this feeling to go away. I feel crazy. Then you go get an energy worker. Then you go get help, because the energy worker is able to tap into your energy and change your frequency. And therefore you are able to attract what you want. One other thing. Your energy, the universe is very obedient. Very, very, very obedient. It cannot and will not give you anything that you do not want. So if you are thinking negative thoughts, something inside of you wants it. You are allowing it on some level. Because if you really didn't want it, you wouldn't think it. You'd be like, where's that thought coming from? And you brush it aside. We've all done that, right? We've all done that. Have you ever had just a crazy random thought and you're like, where did that even come from? And you just brush it away. Like something crazy. Maybe you're not suicidal at all, but you're having a bad day and you're like, maybe I'll just kill myself. And you're like, whoa. And it's so shocking to your system. And you're like, whatever, screw that. That's what frequency is like. That's what vibration is like. And that's what it's like when you brush away thoughts that don't attract, they don't really serve you. It's powerful only when you give it power. And the universe is so obedient. It's so obedient. It wants you to get whatever you desire. So if you don't want those thoughts, they're not in your system. But if you want them, if you entertain those thoughts, if you entertain it with feeling, if you allow yourself to go there and feel, that's when you become suicidal. That's when life gets really bad, right? And it's so easy to go down this road, okay? And you shouldn't be beating yourself up over it. And you shouldn't be like, oh, why didn't I know this before? You didn't know it before. You didn't know it before. Don't even go there. It's okay. I just am here to give you information that will help you change your life. Change your thoughts, change your world, change your life. Be more aware of your thoughts. Don't fill your thoughts with feeling that you don't want filled with feeling. And if you can't change it, and if you've tried and it's not working, it's time to get an energy healing session. Change your frequency. Okay? I hope this was helpful. I hope I did not totally spiral you. I'm sure I'm going to get questions. So if you have questions, please leave them down below and I will get to each one of them and maybe even make a second video about this, because I know this is a complex topic for energy babies. For energy healers, this is yeah, so what? Wow. So I hope that this is helpful for you, and I hope you find healing and peace, guys.